Welcome everyone to Growth School. It's an amazing experience to be with you again. You know, every time we come for Growth School, it's always a time to do and fulfill things that are really phenomenal, things that can transform your life, things that can change your life, make you a better person, and do things that can uplift you on every side. So I hope you're ready tonight for Growth School. It's going to be a fantastic, a phenomenal experience that will change your life. If you have followed us on Growth School, you will always tell and testify to the amazing things that are being shared on Growth School. And I can guarantee you that tonight will not be an exemption. And I hope you're so ready to learn from the things that will be shared tonight. Okay, so you will learn from the amazing things that will be shared tonight. If you joined us in our previous session on Growth School, we started the series on building associations for global influence. So we had a part one series where we shared on how you can begin to build associations, how you can begin to initiate ideas, how you can begin to take real steps that could help you build for global influence. Now, right now, it's not about being excited at the things you're doing. It's not about being pleased with your local environment, the local things you do, but you want to begin to influence people outside the region of your compound, outside the region of your street, outside the region of your environment, outside the region of your nation. You want to begin to command global influence. Where the things that you do gain attention from people outside your continent, your outside your community, outside your immediate local community, then you need to pay attention to these things. All right. Now I will do a quick recap from what was shared in Growth School last week. In part one series of Growth School, we actually shared some really important points. There were seven of them, and I will quickly run through them before we go into the parts for today. So please, if you are hearing and you can see me right now, please do well to share this video with your friends. Do well to share this video on various platforms, on WhatsApp status, on Twitter, on Facebook. Invite your friends, share on the groups you belong to, and get them to come learn and get all the value that will be shared here tonight. All right. So the seventh thing that was shared on building our stations for global influence part one is number one, I talked about define your values and vision. So make sure you know what your values are. Make sure you know where you're going, what you want to achieve. Of course, on this subject is global influence. So you want to go beyond the things you do currently. You want to take it to people beyond your region, beyond your culture, beyond your environment. You want them to accept the things that you do and possibly also reward you for them. So understand your values and vision. Number two, cultivate a growth mindset. Cultivate a growth mindset. So you must be curious when you meet people, but willing to know them, but willing to know their ideologies, but willing to know who they are, but willing to know why they do what they do, be willing to know, ask questions like, oh, what's the history behind your belief of this? Okay, can you tell me more about your culture? Can you tell me more about your experiences? Can you tell me more about the books you're reading? You know, you must be curious. So cultivate a growth mindset beyond the ephemeral things that do not contribute to the globalization of your ideas, globalization of your gifts, globalizations of your services. You should not pay so much attention to them. So number three, we talk about nurture your existing relationships. So you should begin to vet your existing relationships, look out for them, and see which of them are instrumental to you right now. So nurture your existing relationship. Be on the checkout for individuals once in a while. Follow up on their progress, upon their goals. Follow up on their achievements. All right, just follow up, nurture your existing relationship. I shared a lot last week. You can just go to the previous video. This is just recap. Number 4, we talked about seek out new connections. Number 4, seek out new connections. Number 5, give more than you receive. Okay, I spoke a lot about this. Just check the previous episodes. Number 6, share your story. Sharing your story could build that. And number 7, embrace diversity. All right, number 7, embrace diversity. So today, on part 2, I'll be talking about different things that you can begin to pay attention to. All right, added to the point. And this time around, I'll be talking more on the things that will make people really love you, make people want to open their doors of opportunities to you, things that will make people have you in their mind. All right, have you in their mind. Have you ever been at the point whereby maybe you met a friend or you met someone somewhere and the person told you, or maybe you found out that, someone got an opportunity in the sphere that individual was, and the person told you, I never had you in mind. I'm so sorry. You didn't come to mind when I needed that. But the things I'll be teaching right now are things that would help and contribute to getting global opportunities, and you must pay real attention to them. Now listen, you must understand that global influence requires global citizenship. Global influence requires global citizenship, and global citizenship comes from a global mindset. I'll say that again. Global influence requires global citizenship, and global citizenship comes from a place of global mindset. Most of the times, it's not about the fact that, very important, listen to this, I'm not trying to demean the fact that it's important to get a passport, it's important to choose to travel and visit. I will talk about that. But it must always commence with a global mindset. Now, when you begin to serve your gift, when you begin to serve your gift, you begin to serve your solutions, you begin to serve your knowledge to the world, with what perspective do you serve it? That's the question. With what perspective do you serve your gift? With what perspective do you offer your solution? So you must understand that until there is a global ideology, okay? Now, until there's a global mindset, a global ideology, a global thought process to the things that you do, you cannot call yourself a global citizen. When you begin to picture yourself as someone who is offering a service to the globe, who is trying to speak to the globe, who is trying to interact with people in the globe, not just gisting with your friends, not just interacting with people you believe they are just in your immediate community. You begin to see the things you do as something that will travel far. Maybe 10 years from now, someone in another continent, someone in another nation has to see your work, or have to listen to you, or probably ask to get your book. They will still be blessed by it. It appears to them as though it's freshly offered to them, without any disparity of where they belong to, without any disparity of their background. So it starts with a global mindset. You need a global mindset to become a global citizen, and then as a global citizen, you begin to grow global influence. You begin to do what? You begin to grow global influence. So global influence comes from a state of global citizenship. You go out every day and you don't see yourself as a Gabonese. You don't see yourself as someone from Rwanda. You don't see yourself as a Kenyan, as a Ghanaian, as a Nigerian. You see yourself as a global citizen. So you're a global asset offering global solution to a global audience. Until this mindset grows within you, you will keep being mediocre in your delivery, and you will not be as motivated to offer it on a large scale. So you must be willing to build that global citizenship that comes from a global mindset. So you go out every day, you want to dress as though you will meet someone from another continent. You want to dress, you want to speak, you are trying to, all right, polish your speaking, polish your writing, polish the way you offer your service, polish the way you offer your knowledge. Why? Because you have considered yourself as a global citizen, and it takes a global mindset to be able to do so. Now, number one on building associations for global influence, number one is you network with people from other countries. Network with people from other countries. Network with people from other countries. Until you begin to engage people outside your continent or outside your nation, you may believe that the world is just the nation you live in. I'll say that again. Until you begin to connect and interact and engage people outside your immediate nation, outside your immediate community, you may believe that the world is just the community you live in. For example, there are people who believe that the best people, the best people who exist on earth are people who are from maybe their native, maybe their state, maybe their community. And they seem not to understand that there are more values from the people from other cultures, from the people from other countries. There are people right now who don't understand the power of currency, the power of currency exchange, and how currency seems to affect the economy of the nation. Why? Because you seem not to have engaged people from other nations to understand how these things work. So you must be willing to network with people from other countries. How can you do this? Number one, attend events where people from different countries of the world will be there. From that means you begin to look at what's the perspective of this nation about the situation. How do these people picture my nation? How do these people think about food? How do these people see the internet? How do these people understand the global business? You begin to do what? You begin to interact with people from other countries. Now, when you go to those countries, when you go for such events where people from different countries of the world are coming from, don't go there to try to prove that your nation is the best. Go there to learn and see the ideologies of others, and be willing to connect when you go to such events. All right, interact conversations like, tell me about your country. What was growing up in XYZ country like? All right, what was growing up in this country like? What's working in this country like? You begin to interact, you begin to learn, you begin to engage, you begin to, those things begin to open your mind beyond the thinking that the world is the country you reside in. So you must consciously and intentionally prepare to connect with people from other countries. So there are events, you see certain events, they told you, different people will be coming from this country, we're coming from that country, we're coming from this country, we're coming from this country. Prepare your mind. If I meet someone from this country, this kind of questions I want to ask. And then you begin to interact. You exchange contacts. They don't love contact, they love mails, get their emails. When you're settled in your abode, reach out to them via email. Oh, my name is Abiodun Mustapha. Oh, I was the young man from this country who met you at this event where we were able to discuss this and this. It was really amazing interacting with you. I look forward to engaging you more and learning more from you on this as we collaborate on, you begin to engage them that way. So go for events where individuals and different people from different countries will be attending. While you do that, engage with them, interact with them, connect with them, learn. Remember, we talked about curiosity. Be curious, be willing to learn why they do the things they do, be willing to learn all right, how a newcomer, all right, a new individual who comes to their country can begin to live in such nation. So you are becoming a global citizen. That's how it works. You're becoming a global citizen. You are becoming a global agent. You are becoming valuable. You are becoming more conscious about the real world. So the real world is not the figure of the world being your nation, of the world being Nigeria, of the world being what? Of the world being Ghana, of the world being Netherlands, of the world being Liberia. Become a global citizen. Number two way you can also do this is right now, the online space have created a level playing ground with which you can engage with individuals anywhere in the world. What do you have to do? Go to LinkedIn. Maybe I want to display something. Hold on a sec. Go to LinkedIn. Let me show you something. Because I don't want to assume that people know this thing. Okay. Now I expect right now that as individuals you should have a LinkedIn account. If you don't have, then you need to open a LinkedIn account. So LinkedIn is one way. LinkedIn is one way you could really do this. Permit me to share my screen, please. All right, so this is LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you can interact with virtually anyone. Okay, as long as they are present on LinkedIn, you can engage them. And you'll be surprised at the response you would get and how many of them will respond to you easily. Why? Because of the platform with which you are connecting with them. Okay, let's say for example, just for example, I want to just try this. And I'm not saying he's going to respond. I'm just saying that I want to just use this as an example. So now, for example, this is Elon Musk, of course, because he's an high-profile personality and all of that. You'll find out that his profile is probably the professional. Okay, maybe he has business account and all of that, and you send the message directly. It's somehow, if you're reaching out to professionals, if you go on Instagram, Facebook, they may not really take you as serious as they will take you if you reach out to them via LinkedIn. Okay, if you reach out to them via LinkedIn. All right. So you can see. So I'm looking for people from Rwanda. Now I've not met with this person before. This person is a director general, innovation and emerging technology. A couple of that. Another person from Kigali, business growth development manager at Equity Bank. All right. Now, if for example I want to connect with this person, there's a contact info. All right. There's a contact info I can check on. Probably the person's email, Twitter, a couple of those things. All right, so you can see she has a blog, there's a company. If I proceed and check her blog, it's possible that I may not find her email. It's possible that I may not find our email. Okay, so but this is a means to connect, and then I can send a message directly. All right, so she make use of the premium, and there's a free premium service by LinkedIn for about 30 days thereabout that you can use to reach such people. If for example you want to start an event, you want to do a couple of things, you want to start an event, you want to reach out to people, and then you need speakers, you've not met them before, these are things you can do. Just check on people, send send an email to them. If you can find their email, if you proceed and also check this person out on Facebook, she's likely to be on Facebook or Twitter, and then you can just send a very nice message, a very nice, well composed letter to them. You may be surprised that they'll respond to you, and then you begin to build that connection, engage their post, relate to the things they have shared previously that they feel, oh, this person has been following, oh, this person has been reading from me, and then they will choose to respond. Okay, so online, that's one means. I remember last week I spoke about a platform called Launch Club. It's been a while I went there. It's been a while. I hope my account is still active. So I spoke about Launch Club. Launch Club is also an amazing platform. You can connect with people from any part of the world. Any part of the world. Hold on a sec. I have to stop sharing my screen so I don't expose my password. All right, please hold on a sec. Right. Launch Club. I'm going to open that. So, and I think everyone should have a Launch Club account. It's one means with which you can. It's one means I think you can actually connect with anyone in the world. I will try to see if I can show you a sample. Okay, log in. All right. It has been a while I've been here. Okay, hold on. They are trying to tell me my account was paused because I was inactive. All right, so I will share my screen now and show you this. All right, so this is the Launch Club platform. Okay. Sorry, this is not what I want to show you. Sorry. I'll let me show you something else. Okay. So this is what the Launch Club platform is like. Now they'll bring a couple of random individual. Craig J advises startups in publishing, ad tech, and video on business development, pricing, and all of that. Oh, Jamie is business development executive who pushes boundaries at the intersection of technology and social impact, and all of that, and all of that, and all of that. All right. So they ask lots of questions, and so they make suggestions based on certain interest which has been previously chosen. All right, certain interest which have been previously chosen. So you can see they are trying to connect me with this guy. This guy does this. So you put a couple of things about your profile, and when you do that, they would find a means to link and connect you with those individuals. So it's an amazing recommender system that can recommend people that you can reach out to, people you could talk to, people you could schedule a meeting with, and all of that. Okay, like could schedule a meeting with, and the meeting just holds. So, like I said the last time, they always want you to have a video. They always want you to have a video interaction with these people, and the reason is that they always want to experience the truth about people. So just to avoid the scams and the lies and a couple of those things, so they try to recommend these things for you. All right, so let me share this in the chat so that in the comment here, so that you can just to join and then begin to engage the platform. It's an amazing platform which I recommend to anyone. All right, which I recommend to anyone. So I guess these are people I've interacted with in the past, and they are trying to ask questions if I could recommend them to meet with other people and the likes. So it's just an amazing system, and I think everyone should be on it. Okay, so I think everyone should be on it. These are really amazing ones. So they are trying to schedule a meeting. So I could tell them to skip this week for me, or set an availability, all of that. So it's been really fantastic. It's been so fantastic. I used to do this a lot around last year. Yeah, last year. I used this a lot last year. I got someone who came to speak on my podcast, and that's been fantastic. All right, so let's leave this. So meet people, whether online, whether physical. Okay, when you attend conferences, interact with them, and then you are good to go. Now, number 2, you must be willing to learn about the culture of others. Learn about other cultures. Now, the more you know about other cultures, the easier it will be to build relationships. All right, if you are tribalistic and racial in your mind, it will be very difficult to connect and interact with new people. Okay, it will be very difficult to interact and engage new people. If you have this mindset of, oh, we are this, I believe in this, I do this, and you don't choose to learn the culture of others, you may be limited in the amount of things that you can accomplish. All right. Now look out for. I want to use this instance. If you look out for different top ministries in Africa who have footings and who have great impact in other continents, you'll find out that one thing they respect so much is the culture of others, irrespective of the gospel. Those who have been there a long time, they've succeeded so well. One of the things that helped them is the respect for culture. You will never find out that there is a compulsory mode of appearance for every of their members in every continent of the world. There is always that peculiarity, respect for culture. Most people outside Africa, look out for them. Look at the way they dress. Look at the way they do their things. Why? Because they understood culture. And to be able to gain penetration, you must not oppose their culture. Now, when I say oppose, I don't mean in the context of allowing their morality or their carnality, but not trying to speak against their culture or trying to say you're bringing your own culture into a system that has been created for years. So learn about the culture of others. Sometimes just ask them, oh, why do your men wear skirts? Why do your men wear skirts? Or why do your women do this? So you study. And these are things that would help you when you travel to such country. When you travel there, you have that understanding. Things don't look so new to you. You understand why they do it. You know the perspective they come out when it comes about thinking this way. How many of you are aware that there are countries of the world that, in most parts in Nigeria, when you want to switch on the light, the switch on is always when you press down. But there are some countries in the world where the switch for on, you have to switch it up. You have to press it up. These are things you must understand why they do certain things, understand their culture, understand the way they speak, understand the languages that they can speak. These are things that will make you go global. There are people who command massive influence to a point that, as part of their culture, I think I'm jumping to what I have as number 6 here, is that they choose to learn new languages. Don't say, oh, you are invited, or you hope someday you'll be invited to go speak in a particular country that they speak a different language from your own national language, and you say, oh no, I'll still go there and speak. Yes, they may get an interpreter, but can you put so much effort to at least learn certain basics in their language, like how to greet, like numbers, like how to say please, like how to use the courteous word? You need to do these things intentionally. You learn, you learn, you learn. So you learn about other cultures, read their books. Sometimes just look out for movies where their languages were used, and then just watch them. Those are certain ways you can learn. Listen to their music. Listen to their music. Listen to their music. Where you have the opportunity at certain instances, travel to their countries. Just travel there. Travel there, watch things, look at how things are, engage people, understand their economy. These are ways you can begin to command global influence. Number 3 is get involved in global organizations. Are they global organizations doing things? UNICEF, World Health Organization, AU, they come with certain projects. They come with certain projects in your community, and you find out that, oh, okay, I could invest my time and still do this without being affected. Okay, I can put in effort in ensuring that I support this, and yet it still does not choke my time. It still does not affect me. Those are certain things you can do. Why? Because in such places, you will get to meet people. You'll get to interact with people. Sometimes you may be told, oh, you'll be traveling to that place, maybe to speak to those people, to do an orientation, or maybe to give out gifts. In those places, you begin to engage with people. And when you write about these things, write about the fact that, oh, you served, you volunteered for this, oh, you did this for this organization, there's a likely chance that you'll be pictured as a global expert, not just as someone who is regional in his or her mindset. So get involved. People addressing global issues, AIDS, gender violence, bullying issue, racism issue. You see those things, choose to volunteer there, and then you begin to gain more knowledge. You begin to gain more prominence. You get better at the things that you do. Very important. So get involved in global organizations. Number four, which I would advise you educate yourself on, check out on videos about these things. Number 4 is invest in companies that operate in other countries. Invest in companies that operate in other countries. I don't know if you are aware that even if you reside in an African country, you have the privilege to invest very small amount in companies like Amazon, in companies like Facebook, in companies like Google, in companies like P&G. All right, you have that privilege. There are platforms today that gives you the privilege to invest your money in those platforms. Okay, you can invest there, and you just have apps. There are apps you could use to do this. So apps like Bamboo, I think Cheaper also now offers that privilege. Trove is also another platform with which you can put in, for example, your Naira, and then you can actually invest in companies like Amazon. So when they make profit, you also get a return. When they make profit, you get a return. So you need to study and learn about the stock exchange, understand it so well, understand what it means when the chart is green, when the chart is red, so that you would begin to understand it. And what it does to your mind is that it propels you to understand that there are things happening outside of your immediate environment. So invest in companies that operate outside your country. You could also invest your skill in companies outside your country. For example, remote work. You are working for organizations outside your country. You're building things for them. They like your skill. They love the things you do. You keep getting better at those things. So number 5, I think I've mentioned this earlier, which is travel to other countries. Travel to other countries. If you have the means, travel. If you have the means to apply for a mobility opportunity that will give you the privilege to travel, increases your exposure. And then in such instances, you will meet people, you would appreciate people the more, you will value people the more, and then you get better at it. So number 6, I've talked about learn a new language. Learn a new language. It helps people so much. You can learn new languages. Do so. Do so. You can learn French. Do it. I think there's this platform called, what's the name now? What's the name now? Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I remember now. Duolingo. Yeah. Duolingo is one platform you can use. Lots of people make use of it. Right here, I'm saying Babel. Babel is one platform. Drops. We have Monthly, Memorize. A lot of those apps. But I know of Duolingo. Duolingo is one platform. Maybe I should type that. Duolingo. So Duolingo is one platform you can use. That's Douulingo. That's like saying sort of Duolingo. So how to learn one language. You can learn Spanish, you can learn French. Maybe I open. You can learn Spanish, you can learn French. You can learn a lot of things just with Duolingo. It's really amazing. I know someone who started learning Japanese just by using this. So I guess there's a free version and there's a part of it that I guess also has to do with paying. But the free version is also fantastic. So Duolingo is one platform you can make use of. So learn new languages, just be intentional, give yourself a target. I want to learn this. I remember the time I had a friend, I think it was during COVID 2020. I told her to teach me French. All right. And then she shared some notes, she shared a couple of things. Right now I have to revise to be better at it. Now, number 7, volunteer for a global cause. Volunteer for a global cause. For example, we have organizations like Yali. Yali talks about entrepreneurship, environmental cleanliness, gender. We talk about different things. So you can join Yali and then be part of the global causes that they always push forward. Be part of it. It helps you, it builds something in you, it increases the picture in you, and it enables you. So number 8, this is also very important. Stay informed about global news and events. Stay informed about global news and events. Those are going to be conversation starters for you. All right? Or conversation sustainers for you. For example, the events happening in the world, ask questions about them. Oh, have you heard about this? Oh, what's your take on it? And you listen to people talk and talk and talk, and you listen. They just trust you and be like, wow, this guy is updated. This guy is updated. And people begin to see you like, oh, you're someone they can always look up to. You're someone they could reach out to, probably to seek for advice, to seek for counsels, or to get your view on things. Why? Because you update yourself. Not just the gist, all right, the gist, the gossips, but global news, news happening between one nation and the other, top nations of the world, what's their major issue. You should be updated. Be updated. Not just, oh, you watch a movie, this season is out, you're updated about that season, but you're not aware about what's happening in the world. You're not aware about what's happening to the dollar. You're not aware about the conspiracy against cryptocurrency. You're not aware about, okay, be aware about be updated about information of the world. Okay, so stay informed about global news and global events. Global events taking place, most especially in nations that are termed as world power. You must be interested. You must be interested. You must understand their interests. You must put in so much effort to ensure that you learn so much there. All right. So these things will really help you build relationship. Will really help you gain respect, and be honored amidst people that you meet from other countries. And number 9, be open-minded and be respectful of the culture of others. This is very important. Be open-minded. Be open-minded. Don't be regimented. You see, that idea you have in your head, when you meet people, sometimes just listen to their view. Respect their view. Don't say, oh, no. Don't use that word. In fact, most times when people speak and you say no, it creates a bridge. It sort of creates a bridge or create a barrier between you and them. These are things that the wall is not visible, but because you say no to what they are saying, said, when they say something that you don't agree with, you say, I think that's fine. Notwithstanding, have you considered this? But when you say no, the person could feel you're trying to form superiority over him or her. But when you listen for and say, that sounds nice. Have you thought of this? That sounds nice. Have you thought of this? Sometimes we are even said, and in the psychology of speaking, that when you use words like but, in the mind of the listener, most times it erases every good thing you have said in the past. If you say, oh, that's nice, but the person feels, oh, you are already erasing, you're already negating what he or she said previously. So what you have to do is you have to be wise, be open-minded, be curious, and then be respectful of the views and of the culture of others. All right, so let me go over it again. In summary, we've treated a lot. Building associations for global influence part 2. Number 1, network with people from other countries. Number 2, learn about other cultures. Number 3, get involved in global organizations. Number 4, invest in companies that operate in other countries. Number 5, travel to other countries. Number 6, learn a new language. Number 7, volunteer for a global cause. Number 8, stay informed about global news and events. Stay informed. Be so informed. Upgrade yourself. Go to sites where global news are shared. All right? And number 9, be open-minded and respectful. So I don't know if anyone have questions or comments. Please do well to like this video, do well to like the video, do well to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you really learned. I hope you really learned. So that's it for tonight. If you have questions, please can you drop your questions in the comment section. If you have questions, can you drop your questions in the comment section? Can you drop your questions in the comment section? Alright, if you have questions, drop your questions in the comment, please. Alright, so if you don't have questions, I want to remind you about my latest book, Mind Shifts, The Secret and Power of Your Mind. So you would learn about the power of your mind, how to engage your mind, how to use your mind, how to ensure that your mind is so powerful, and how it could make your life so powerful. This book will change your life in no small way. So take a screenshot of your on your phone, or take a screenshot right now and save the image and go to that link bit.ly/order mind shifts. You just go to the payment platform, you make payments, and then instantly you can download a copy of that book. It's so cheap and it's powerful. All right, it's a million times the price you're paying for that book. So get Mind Shift today and see your life transform in no small way. See your life transform in no small way. Thank you so much, everyone. That's it for tonight. I remain your principal teacher, all right, on Growth School. See you when we see.